Well, hey, good afternoon there. Well, this is Steve again. Welcome to Four Seasons Foraging. Well, today we're shooting at a special location. Top secret, but special, okay? I'm inside my buddy's tiny house, his camp. Really a quaint little place here on the futon. Well, I thought today I'd give you guys, you ladies and gentlemen, 5 tips on foraging alone. 5 things that I feel are very important. The first one is the simplest of all. Okay, before I leave and wherever I'm going, I'll write down the time on a slip of paper, approximately I'm leaving, approximate time I'm going to be back, and the location in which I'm going, okay? And I leave it on a kitchen table, and I also leave it in my shop on one of my workbenches, or I tape it to the computer monitor, okay? That lets somebody know where I'm going to be. In the event it gets dark, I don't make it home, well, hey, at least somebody's got an idea of where to go find me, okay? Well, the things that you can carry, and we're not looking at worst case scenario, but things can happen. Murphy's Law, Mr. Darwin, the whole ball of wax, okay? We know that you can slip, you can fall, you can sprain or break your ankle, you could fracture a leg, or God only knows what, okay? Well, when I go out, these are the things that I opt to carry, okay? Everybody's got one. Okay, mine most of the time doesn't work. This is a pay-as-you-go phone. That's a track phone or whatever pay-as-you-go phone it is. But nonetheless, most of you have cell phones, okay? These don't come in that well up here, but I still throw it in my day pack, okay? So I've got a cell phone, okay? There's item number 1. The next thing I make sure that I have with me, okay? This is a 2-way radio. This is a Motorola I'm not really into doing the review on the radio, but it's an FRS. It's a family radio signal. You can buy these, I think, at probably most any camping place. I see actually home improvement centers are now carrying them because you see people working in lumber yards and big home improvement centers calling others on the radios. Okay? Well, with these radios, I believe you can go to the FCC website, and please, if I'm putting out the wrong information, somebody please give me a shout. I believe you can go to the FCC website, and you can purchase, for less than $100, you can get, they do put channels on these radios that without buying the license, you're not supposed to use them, because what they do is they have a much longer frequency, okay? And the signal travels a lot further. So in the event of an accident, if you didn't have cell phone reception, well, I've got one of these radios. Well, this isn't particularly the one I use. Okay, what I do use, and I use this when I go out foraging logs. Okay, this is my Garmin Rhino. It's kind of a dual purpose. It's a 2-way radio. Same thing again, FRS band, just like that Motorola. But this one has a colorful touchscreen built-in GPS. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of a GPS today, especially if you're a forager, in my opinion, okay? I used this past year when I was out looking for logs. I found 3 magnificent blackberry patches. I was able to set my longitude and latitude, kind of bookmark them if you would. Then I could go in and I could put what it was, blackberry patch. I could make a quick note of approximately when they were going to be ready, okay? But this one does both. It does a GPS and a 2-way radio. This one, again, I believe you can also register with the FCC. You can buy the longer broadcast channels, and I think your license is good for like 5 years, and it's like $79, I think, okay? All right. If you don't happen to own a dual band like that, well, this is an old school. This is an old Trex, an old E-Trex. It's one of my favorites. So, does the same thing. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as the Garmin. Okay, it will not only get you in, but it will get you out of the woods. Okay, and it will allow you to bookmark those special locations, whether it's chaga, berries, logs. Maybe you found a nice grove of edible wild mushrooms, and you want to save them, and then that way there you can get software today. You can plug in your longitude, your latitude, and before you know it, hey, guess what? You've kind of built your own culinary and medicinal map on your computer with mapping software, okay? Keep track of everything. Even though you can use a GPS, I still suggest people learn how to read one of these. It's just a compass. I've come out of the woods in the dark before. My GPS has worked flawlessly, but nonetheless, I always made sure I had a compass, and wherever I go in, I'll at least try to shoot some type of a course with my compass. Make note of it. Write it down on a pad of paper, okay? What else have we got? Yes. Let me find it. Last but not least, okay? This is a whistle. This one's got a compass in it. It's got a little LED light. It's got some doodads on the side, but most importantly, it's a very, very loud whistle. You can buy whistles at the buck store. Get yourself a whistle, only because it can be heard for a lot further distances than a human being can yell or scream or anything else, okay? Alright, and obviously the last item, this is my big one. I put this in my kayak when I go out, and I do like a week-long kayak trip or something, but this is an adventure medical kit. Fundamentals, this is good for a crew. You can pretty much take care of a half a dozen individuals with this, but get yourself a nice little first aid kit to put in your pack. Explain to the person whom you're purchasing it from what your intentions are. Listen, it's for day hikes, and they're going to set you up with the best one. You'll get a compact one, but it will do what you need, okay? And everything just goes into my little run-of-the-mill here North Face day pack. Nothing major, okay? But your 5 most important tips I can give you: leave a note, bring a phone, and or another piece of communication device, whether it's a two-way radio or what have you. Bring your GPS, okay? Your GPS is going to be able to mark your locations of different items, and hey, that's always handy, because I've scratched my head more than once going, where was that? Okay? First aid kit. Very important. And of course, something to signal with. Okay? A whistle. That is pretty much my 5 must-have things to bring with you. Those are my tips for you guys, okay? I hope they help. The other thing that I make sure that I carry, because my foraging, especially on chaga, up here, I go out in the winter, I make darn well sure I have matches and an emergency blanket, okay? If something happens and I'm stranded out overnight and I don't have a way to keep warm, I am going to freeze to death, okay? Not to scare anybody, but it can happen, okay? I just try to make sure my bases are covered, even in a simple day pack. I'm not going to be out there for more than 24 hours, so I may as well be comfortable, alright? Well, you guys are awesome as always. Guys, if you like the videos, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And we got more coming for you, okay? Thank you so much. And from all of us here at 4 Seasons Foraging, stay tuned. There'll be more. Alrighty. Bye-bye, everybody.